In the noisy streets of the Bronx, New York, an old man in tattered clothes begged for help. "Please, can someone spare a few bucks for a bus ride home?" His frail voice blended into the rush of the crowd. No one stopped, just glancing at him before hurrying on. But among them, a poor black girl, Maya Jackson, paused. She handed the man her only $10 bill. She had no idea this small act would change her life forever. Before you keep listening, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Maya Jackson lived in a rundown apartment in the Bronx, where peeling walls told tales of hard times. She came home from school to a dim, cramped room. Her mother, Denise Jackson, sat there, eyes weary from a long day. "Hey, honey," Maya said, forcing a smile. "Dinner's ready, sweetheart," Denise replied, her voice warm but tired. Denise worked tirelessly days at a supermarket checkout, nights washing dishes at a diner to pay off the massive debt left by Maya's father, who'd vanished years ago. "Maya, take this," Denise said, pressing a crumpled $10 bill into her daughter's hand. "Go treat yourself with friends." Maya felt the roughness of her mother's overworked hands, cracked from endless labor. "Mom, I don't need it," she said, her heart aching. Denise hadn't bought herself new clothes in years, relying on the cheapest drugstore makeup. This $10 was her mother's sweat and tears. Maya couldn't spend it on herself. Besides, she had no friends to share it with. At school, Maya was branded the poor kid, shunned for her threadbare uniform and scuffed shoes. She'd overheard classmates whisper, "Look at her raggedy shirt, probably from a dumpster." The words cut like knives. But Maya kept her head down. "I'm fine, Mom," she lied, forcing a smile. "I'm hanging out with friends this weekend, so this is perfect." Denise's eyes lit up with joy, but that smile weighed heavy on Maya's heart. She didn't want her mother to know the truth. She had no friends at all. Making her mother sad was the last thing she wanted. Maya decided to keep the $10 as a lucky charm, never to be spent. She tucked it into her uniform pocket, like carrying a piece of her mother's love. The next day at school, the lunchroom felt suffocating. A group of pretty white girls giggled over their phones. "Check out this new lip gloss on Instagram. It's gorgeous," one squealed. "Let's hit Starbucks this weekend. I'm craving a pumpkin spice latte." Their world was foreign to Maya. Her only thought was which grocery store had deals to stretch their food budget. Joining their clique was as impossible as flying to Mars. Then, some white boys nearby whispered, "Look at Maya, always alone." One sneered, "That raggedy uniform, she's gotta be dirt poor." Their laughter stung like blades. Maya pretended not to hear, staring at her desk. She just wanted the bell to ring, freeing her from this stifling space. Days like these dragged on, gray and heavy, an endless loop of isolation. One afternoon, walking home through the crowded bus stop, Maya spotted a white old man slumped against a grimy wall. He looked worn out, breathing heavily, clearly in distress. His cloudy eyes shone with desperation. But no one stopped. Passers-by glanced at him like he was garbage and kept walking. His weak voice called out, "Please, I lost my wallet, my phone. Can someone spare a few bucks for a bus ride home?" Maya almost walked past, like everyone else. She wasn't rich, with nothing to spare, but she stopped. Her mother's words echoed in her mind. "Maya, no matter how tough life gets, never forget kindness. Help others, and it'll come back to you." Denise always said that, even though her own kindness had trapped them in debt. Maya touched the $10 bill in her pocket. Giving it away would leave her with nothing. But could she abandon this man? If Mom were here, she wouldn't hesitate. She thought. She turned back, knelt before the old man, and held out the $10 with trembling hands. "This is all I have. Sorry, it's not much. Use it to get home, okay? The man looked up, his cloudy eyes shifting between her face and the bill, as if he couldn't believe it. This is your money. You're giving it to me. His voice quivered. Maya nodded. My mom taught me to help those in need. Just get home safe. Tears rolled down his cheeks. I'll pay you back, I swear. What's your name? Maya shook her head. No need. Just take care of yourself. She stood and walked away, feeling his gaze on her, as if burning her image and her worn uniform into his memory. That night, Maya lay in bed, thinking of the old man. She didn't regret her choice, but her heart felt uneasy. That $10 was her mother's gift, now gone. Yet she believed her mother would be proud. She had no idea that the next day, her small act would spark a whirlwind she couldn't imagine. The next morning, a nightmare began. Maya walked into class to find her desk covered in trash candy wrappers, crumpled paper, even a half-empty Starbucks cup. A white girl snickered. Oops, mistook Maya's desk for the trash can. Another chimed in. Poor kids collect garbage. Right. The laughter cut deep. Maya bit her lip, quietly cleaning up, fighting back tears. She was used to the taunts, but today, they stung worse than ever. Suddenly, a screeching brake echoed outside. The class rushed to the windows. A sleek black limousine parked at the school's entrance, gleaming in the sunlight. What's that car? A boy gasped. Looks like something a celebrity would drive. The door opened, and Maya froze. It was the old man, but transformed. He wore a tailored suit, hair neatly combed, exuding power. Why's he here? Maya whispered, her heart pounding. A sinking feeling hit her. Was he looking for her? Being noticed was her worst fear. She shrank into a corner, praying he wouldn't draw attention to her. But then her teacher burst in, frantic. Maya Jackson! To the principal's office. Now every eye stabbed into her, sharp as daggers. Maya trudged forward, dread pooling in her stomach, unaware that everything was about to change. She entered the office, the heavy wooden door closing behind her like a trap. The air was thick with tension. Edward Harrison, the man she'd given $10 to, sat regally on a sofa in the center of the room. His suit was impeccable, his gaze sharp yet warm. The principal and her teacher stood rigid, sweat beading on their foreheads. On the table was a gleaming business card, Edward Harrison, chairman, Harrison Industries. Everyone knew Harrison Industries, a massive empire spanning real estate to tech. Maya's jaw dropped. The ragged man from yesterday was a billionaire. There you are, Harrison said, standing and bowing deeply, his voice warm. I've been searching for you. Maya stepped back, stammering. I just did what anyone would. I don't need anything. He shook his head, a faint smile on his lips. Not anyone, Maya. Not everyone. His voice was slow, magnetic, as he began his story. Yesterday, he'd been out for a rare walk to clear his mind, but he was mugged wallet, phone, everything gone. An old illness flared up, leaving him dizzy and stranded. You were the only one who stopped, he said, locking eyes with Maya. You gave me that $10 without hesitation. Your kindness pulled me from despair. In this cold city, your act was rare and brave. Maya looked down, her face burning. I just followed what my mom taught me to help those in need. Harrison smiled, his eyes catching her worn shoes and patched uniform. But he said nothing about them. I want to thank you, he continued. Name anything a scholarship to study abroad, a family vacation. I can make it happen. Maya shook her head, her voice small but firm. I don't need anything. Seeing you okay is enough. Harrison's gaze softened with admiration. He pulled a simple card from his pocket, no company logo, just his name and a personal number. "Take this," he said. "If you or your family ever need help, call me. No matter how small, I'll be there. That's my promise." Maya took it, her hand trembling. She thought she'd never use it, wanting only to return to her quiet life. Harrison left, leaving the office in heavy silence. The principal and teacher stared at Maya with a mix of awe and unease. She returned to class, her mind a mess. The class still buzzed with whispers, but she ignored them, desperate for the day to end. She didn't know a real nightmare was coming that night, as Maya and her mother ate a simple dinner in their tiny apartment. A loud bang shook the door. "Open up, I know you're in there." A man's voice roared, rough and menacing. Denise's face went pale, her spoon clattering to the floor. Maya's blood ran cold. "Mom." "Who's that?" she whispered. Denise didn't answer, rushing to lock the chain. But before she could, the door was kicked open, the chain snapping. A burly white man stormed in, his dirty boots leaving marks on the worn floor. He reeked of cigarettes, his eyes cold as a predator's. "Where's the money?" he bellowed. "Your husband's debt has piled up with interest. Pay it all." Now Denise dropped to her knees, voice shaking. "Please, give me more time. I'll work. I'll pay." He sneered. "Heard that excuse a million times. I'm done waiting." He stepped forward, grabbing Denise's hair and yanking hard. She screamed in pain. A small family photo fell from a shelf, shattering the only picture from when Maya's father was still around, a rare memory of happier days. "Stop," Maya yelled, lunging at him, trying to push him away. But he shoved her into the wall, pain shooting through her. Tears blurred her vision as she watched her mother humiliated. She felt helpless, hating her own powerlessness. "Someone help us," she thought. She considered the police, but knew they'd brush it off as a civil matter. Despair gripped her heart. Then, from her uniform pocket, Harrison's card slipped out. His calm, powerful face flashed in her mind. "No, I can't bother someone like him," she thought. A man so important wouldn't care about their small problems. But the thug leered at her mother with a vile grin. "No money. Guess you'll pay another way," he said, reaching for Denise. In that moment, Maya's heart shattered. She just wanted to protect her mother, no matter the cost. With shaking hands, she grabbed the card, clutched her phone, and dialed. After a few rings, Harrison's steady voice answered. "Edward Harrison." "It's Maya," she sobbed, her voice breaking. "Please, save my mom. Someone's threatening her." She poured out the story, tears streaming, barely coherent, just begging for help. "I understand," he said, calm as ever. "Give me the address." "I'm coming." Maya gave the apartment's address, her heart pounding. "Don't do anything reckless." "Okay," he said, then hung up. The thug snatched Maya's phone, smashing it on the floor. "Who'd you call?" "Brat!" he roared, starting to drag Denise outside. Maya screamed, powerless. Then, tires screeched outside. In less than 10 minutes, impossibly fast, Edward Harrison stood in the doorway, his suit pristine, his gaze icy. He scanned the room, the thug, the terrified mother and daughter, the broken photo frame. The air froze. Harrison's voice was low, sharp as steel. "You're the one handling Mrs. Jackson's debt, aren't you?" The thug scoffed, trying to stay tough. "Who are you? Get lost." But Harrison didn't flinch. He opened a black leather briefcase, revealing thick stacks of cash. "This covers the principal and legal interest. It's enough to clear her debt." His voice was calm, each word heavy with authority. The thug eyed the money, his face flickering with greed. But he smirked. "You think this settles it?" Keep dreaming. Old man. He reached for the cash. Harrison stayed still, pulling out his phone and switching to speaker mode. Harrison here, he said, his tone unshaken. A nervous voice replied, Mr. Chairman, what's the matter? Maya could tell it was someone important, maybe from a major bank. Your bank funds Titan loans, correct? Harrison said. One of their employees is threatening my friend. What kind of oversight is this? The voice panicked, nearly shouting. I'm so sorry, sir. This is a disaster. I'll handle it immediately. By morning, we'll cut all ties with Titan loans. The thug's face drained of color, his legs backing up. Cut ties, he muttered, trembling. Harrison fixed him with a cold stare. Your company's done tomorrow. Take the money and go, or lose everything. The thug shook, sweat pouring down his face. He grabbed the cash, stumbled backward, and fled like a hunted animal. Silence fell, broken only by the ragged breaths of Maya and her mother. Maya clung to Denise, both sobbing. Denise, still trembling, whispered, Thank you. Thank you. Harrison stepped forward, his voice now soft as the moonlight streaming through the window. It's okay now. Maya, you were incredibly brave to call me. Maya looked up, tears streaming. I'll work to pay you back. I swear Harrison shook his head, his eyes warm. No need. Maya, that $10 you gave me wasn't just money. It was pure kindness, worth more than any fortune. Today, I'm not repaying you. I'm passing that kindness forward. He looked at them, his voice steady but heartfelt. All I ask is that one day, you help someone the way you helped me. That's the greatest gift I could receive. Moonlight bathed Maya and her mother, soothing their wounds. Maya felt a spark of hope the long nightmare was over. The next morning, the classroom felt different. A white girl who'd once mocked Maya approached. Hesitant. Maya. I heard what happened. You saved the Harrison Industries, Chairman. That's amazing. Others crowded around, their eyes free of scorn. You're really kind. Maya, a boy said. A quiet girl who'd ignored Maya's bullying stepped forward. I'm sorry for staying silent. I want to be like you, helping others. Another chimed in. Want to hit Starbucks this weekend? My treat, let's get pumpkin spice lattes. Maya's eyes welled up. She pulled out the $10 bill, her mother's gift. Her lucky charm. Now I can use it, she thought. With friends. A smile broke across her face, her first in months of loneliness. That afternoon, Maya walked with her classmates to Starbucks, their laughter and chatter wrapping her in warmth she'd never dared dream of. They ordered fragrant coffees, and for the first time, Maya felt she belonged. From that fateful night, Maya and Denise's lives transformed like a dream. With Harrison's support, Maya earned a college scholarship. She studied hard, not just to escape her past, but to honor his kindness. After graduating, she joined Harrison Industries, working in community development. Denise found stable work at one of their subsidiaries, no longer breaking her back with endless shifts. Their lives became peaceful, joyful, as if their struggles were a distant memory. Maya never forgot her promise to Harrison. She launched a project to support poor kids in the Bronx, children like her younger self, growing up in cramped apartments with crushed dreams. She named it Moonlight, inspired by the gentle glow that night Harrison saved them. It was her way of passing on the kindness he'd given a small flame to light the way for others. Each day, Maya looked at the $10 bill, now framed in glass on her desk. It wasn't just money. It was a symbol of kindness, of her mother's love, and of the belief that a single act could change the world. Her mother's words echoed in her heart. Help others, and kindness will come back to you. Now, she knew it was true. Maya became a strong woman, bringing light to others. She was no longer the silent girl in the corner, but an inspiration, proving kindness could work miracles. Her story didn't end with wealth, but with an open heart, ready to give as she'd received. What do you think of Maya's journey if this story touched your heart? Hit that subscribe button and give it a like. We'll keep bringing you warm, inspiring stories. May your life be filled with light and hope.